3, 2, 1, go!
Hey everyone, how you going? My name is Cody Lima. This is my solo survival Minecraft series, and I have been a very busy boy. Well, relatively busy. I've actually been sick this last week or so, so I haven't done much recording, but I've been working on a few things off camera. Like the roof on both sides, for instance. I wanted to add something in to break up the dark oak, so I ended up with this pretty simple design, but I think it gives it an extra element of texture. I also finished the staircase on this side all the way down. I still have some work to do on the other bits, but it means now we have a staircase that goes all the way up on both sides. Yes, I am well aware that I fly everywhere with my Elytra, but I feel like it helps sell the realism of the builds if they are accessible and they make some semblance of sense, as if they existed in the real world. Anyway, I built up this wall here too, and I have a plan for this, which I will share with you now. Okay, so I tried to find which exact episode I did this in, and I can't, so let's just say a really long time ago. I went on a collecting mission to find all the different pottery shards that got added into the game in 1.20, and find them I did. They are actually adding another 3, I think, in the next update, which will be out soonish, but for now we have one of each right here, and I'm going to use this wall here to display them all. To turn them into pots, I'm going to need some bricks too, so let's just see if I've got some. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. Going to have to get some clay. Alright, just going to smelt this up quick, and then we'll be ready to make some pots. Alright, let's go! So, with these pots, you can combine the shards on whichever side you want, or make all 4 sides show the same, whatever you want. I'm just going to do one side with the shard, and the other's plain, hence why I needed the bricks. So I'm just going to craft up one of each pot quickly, and I'll be right back. I made way too many bricks, but anyway, we have one of each pot now, and before I get them on the wall, there is actually an advancement for making a pot with a shard on all 4 sides. So I'm going to use the ones I have loads of, and there we go. Careful restoration achieved. Okay, time to start getting these on the wall, and I have a slight plan here. I want each pot with a sign explaining it, and then the shard in an item frame too. It'll make more sense once I've done it, so here's a super quick time lapse. I filled in the signs as well, so now just a couple finishing touches. First I gotta put in some lights. Then we need to finish these signs off. I'm gonna dye them light grey, I think, and hit them with the glow ink so they stand out. Yeah, looks good. Obviously there's a bunch of space above them where I'll add the new ones once they come, and maybe I'll do something else there too. I'm not sure yet. It's going to be a little annoying because these are in alphabetical order, but that's what happens when you spend a long time in the same world. I think I'll probably put this one up there too, maybe, the one we got the achievement with, but yeah, not going to do that right now, so for now it can go in here. So, we're going to work on something fun in a minute, but before I do that, there's something else I got to do that I should have done a long time ago. These 4 towers here need a roof. So I only showed one in the time lapse because it would have pretty much been the same thing 4 times and I didn't want to bore you all. Anyway, you may remember these towers are functional and they have inside them pumpkin and melon farms, which are powered by a daylight sensor, which no longer has access to daylight. So I thought about moving them into the middle and doing some rewiring, and I may still do that at some point, but for now, I don't think I will because, well, I think I'm doing okay for melons and pumpkins. You probably noticed these towers are a different color to the bigger ones, and I did try them the same, but they just kind of blended together and it lacked depth and definition.
Well, ooh la dee da.
Speaking of the colors, the randomization of the blocks is always something I've struggled with, but here in Creative, I will show you just how it's done. So using World Edit, you can select an area and then replace with whatever you want. So let's do 30% granite, 30% diorite, and 30% tuff, just to give a better idea of contrast. So yeah, you can see it's random, and I know I could probably do it myself, but it just feels so much less random when I do it by hand. Maybe it's psychological, I don't know, but there you go. There's a little trick of the trade for you all. Anyway, back to survival, and this area over here, well, I've got some big plans for it. You may remember we have the mob head drop mod on, and I'm going to turn this base into a nice little head museum for all those heads we've collected. I haven't fully planned it out yet, but I think along here would be a good place to put the villager heads and then maybe put their zombie counterparts with them too. Then the majority of the build will be over this side. So this will be like the entrance, at least from this side. So I think starting with villagers is probably a good vibe. What do you think of the floor design, by the way? I think it looks cool. I definitely stole it from somewhere, but not sure where. Anyway, I'm going to do some measuring out and see if I can decide where to put these heads. Hello, cat. Okay, so found out this gap is like 41 blocks, which I'm pretty sure is a prime number, so it makes it hard to do anything other than alternate, but that's what we're going to do, I think. So my idea is to put the normal villager heads in front and their zombie counterparts behind, like a Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing. So let me get that done and we'll see how it looks. So I have an idea of what I want to do. This is the layout, but I'm going to need some end rods for decoration, and unfortunately, I don't have any. So there's 2 ways to get end rods. Number 1 is harvesting them from end cities, and number 2 is crafting them. Either way though, I have to go to the end. To craft end rods, you need popped chorus fruit, which means... I created a... What was I saying? Oh yeah, so popped chorus fruit is created by smelting the chorus fruit. I haven't built a chorus fruit farm yet, so I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. They're all popped. Now, to make them into end rods, we have to combine them with blaze rods, and there you go. Yep, that's probably going to be enough. So my plan is this. I'm going to put the front heads on stairs, the back ones on pillar stair combos, and then the end rods in between. I think that looks good. As well as looking cool, the end rods provide light, so that's a nice little bonus. Anyway, you may have noticed we're missing some heads. Now, I could be boring, use my villager breeder and zombification setup to get these heads, but where's the fun in that? It's way more fun to try and find these guys out in the wild. I feel like they're earned then. So zombie villagers occasionally spawn. Every zombie has a 5% chance of being a zombie villager. But in one particular biome, the chance is 20%, and nobody really knows why. I can't remember if it's the old growth spruce taiga or old growth pine taiga, but luckily for me, they are right next to each other here. So we just need it to get dark. Now we play the waiting game.
No, the waiting game sucks. Let's play Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Also, while I'm waiting, you might be thinking, why not go into the caves? Well, the caves count as a different biome sometimes, and it's just my luck that this whole area is dripstone caves underneath. So we're going to need surface spawns. Or, you know, this giant cave over here that just happens to be a lush cave. Typical. We finally have darkness though, so I'm going to fly up to despawn the cave mobs, and when we come back down, hopefully there will be some zombie villagers. Well, the sun is coming up, and I have achieved absolutely nothing. I haven't seen a single zombie villager, which is disappointing, so I think we're just going to have to go with plan B. Yep, we're going to try the caves. Even though the percentage is lower, I feel like it's still worth a try. So here goes. So almost immediately found this guy. Not entirely sure what his profession is, but he didn't drop his head annoyingly. Apparently it's a 50% chance. Anyway, the second guy I found was a shepherd, which I already have the head for, and of course it dropped anyway. But at that point I realised I wasn't properly prepared for caving, so I've come back to base to get some night vision potions, and I'm going to go back to the caves and see what I can find. Yeah, after a couple of hours I'd had 0 zombie villagers, so thought I'd try and find some abandoned villages. I found this one, got 5 heads, although annoyingly 4 of them turned out to be unemployed. So this little guy is trapped here. I'm waiting for him to grow up and hopefully he'll become a cartographer and I'll get his head. A little cheesy, but he did spawn naturally at least. So I've been waiting for about 30 minutes when it suddenly dawned on me. I don't think baby zombie villagers ever turn into adults. And a quick Google showed that yes, I was right. I thought actually, because we're in the snowy biome, there might be an igloo or two, which I think usually have a jobbed villager in. I found one. This is such weird generation. Usually this bit is underground, but it spawned on the side of the mountain. Okay, anyway, moment of truth. Alright, so he has a job, but this one is a cleric, which we already have. So what I've done instead is use the zombie cleric to zombify the villager after giving the villager a job. See if he drops his head. No. Alright, that's all the professions. There's only one head I don't have, and it's a zombie nitwit. This is going to be hard to get. I'm going to try a couple of zombie villages, but if I don't get it, I'm going to leave it for now and try another time. Alright, these guys are all just unemployed villagers. I think the nitwit will have green on it. Oh, like that one. Oh, please drop your head. Yes! Oh, let's go. I'm so glad I got it. So I didn't get them completely organically, but I definitely put in the time and effort, so it counts in my book. Also, some of the heads don't really show off the job, like leatherworker and mason both look the same as the unemployed one, so I've put their workstations in to make it more obvious. I do want to put something in for the nitwit and unemployed, but I'm not sure what yet. If you have an idea, let me know. I know last episode I mentioned the 1.20.5 update, but I'm still waiting on the mods to catch up. I think 1.21 isn't far away either, so I might just update anyway and go modless for a while because I really want to play with the new stuff. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, drop a like, and if you're brand new, consider subscribing. We've actually done quite a bit this episode. I will see you all next time. Bye!